So, Mario Kart World, I'm sure we can all agree this game isn't the most perfect, but it's still a really good entry into the Mario Kart series, and I do believe once Nintendo adds more updates to this game, it can surpass Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as the best Mario Kart game ever made. But without some of these features I'm going to go over in this video, I just don't see it happening. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I cover all sorts of gaming content, and you don't want to miss any of it. Without further ado, let's get into the features we need in Mario Kart World. So this first feature may be common sense, but we need a mode that allows us to play the traditional 3-lap races. I really hope we do get this feature fairly soon because Mario Kart World has some of the best track design out of any game by far. Along with the new rail grinding system, it just makes every track so unique. But we hardly get a taste of that feeling when we only go around the track one time in Mario Kart World. It doesn't help either that this game takes the most practice and skill out of any other Mario Kart game ever made. It makes it more difficult to practice the insane shortcuts many of these tracks have to offer, which is very disappointing for someone like me who's been trying to master many of the shortcuts. But it's very hard to do that when you play a track for just one lap. Don't get me wrong, I really do enjoy the intermissions unlike most people, but I really wish those stuck to the knockout tour or became a completely different mode. I know many people feel the same way because if you've played the game, then you know the intermissions don't have nearly the amount of things to do like the actual tracks do. The intermission shortcuts just consist of getting the golden mushroom and just boosting off into the dirt. Every once in a while, there are some pretty cool power lines that you can drive on, but other than that, the intermissions just don't have that many mechanics to utilize. Now, I don't know if you'd count this as a feature, but battle mode needs some help. Nintendo really did the bare minimum on battle mode this go around. I have no clue why. It's such a fun mode to go play every once in a while, but there's not even a good selection of tracks for the 2 battle modes we actually got. If they're going to give us 2 battle modes, the least they could have done is make more tracks or make them a lot more interesting than they already are. The fact Nintendo gave us coin runners and got rid of Renegade Raiders will never make sense to me. They can't even use the excuse that Piranha Plant is a playable character, so it wouldn't make sense. Renegade Raiders would have been fantastic in Mario Kart World. Now all we can do is wish that it comes back for DLC. A feature I did talk about on a YouTube short was sort of like a battle royale mode. I think it'd be insanely fun to have a whole bunch of people in the Mario Kart World map, then the circle just slowly closes in. That was a big missed opportunity for Nintendo. I know this is something very small, but I really wish Nintendo gave us a way to listen to the soundtrack in the game. I'm not asking for it to be accessible while we race online, but be able to do it in the free roam or something would be a neat feature. Even if they made it where you had to collect music discs around the map, kind of like how they did in Donkey Kong Bonanza. The last feature I'd like to see is 200cc. I know this probably won't happen, but I think it'd be pretty cool to see how it'd work. Mario Kart World is already one of the most chaotic Mario Kart games ever, but with 200cc, it'd just be even more hectic. I also just want to see how the shortcuts would pan out on 200cc. I feel like it'd bring a lot more crazy shortcuts, but at the same time, it would probably get rid of a couple of them. I just think it's something Nintendo should just bring back, since it was such a popular feature in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and a lot of people were upset that it wasn't in Mario Kart World. Well, do you guys agree with the features I mentioned? I believe these features would make Mario Kart World so much better. I'm sure we'll eventually get more carts, characters, and tracks, so I'm ready to see how that'll turn out in the future. But without some of these features, I feel like it would just hurt the game in the long term. But before you guys click off the video, tell me in the comments what features y'all want. I'm curious to hear what y'all have to say. And with all that being said, have a good rest of y'all's night.